Before we start off, guys, I do want to ask you some questions, all right? Do you have a snoring problem? Do airports complain when they hear you sleep? Let me tell you, sometimes I snore so bad it gives myself gas, all right? What's going on, guys? This is Web Dev Journey, and welcome back to a brand new miracle product that will help you solve these problems, all right? So in this video, we're going to be basically cleaning up our code, all right? And guys, I do want you to actually comment down below if you don't mind this, or if you do mind this, you're like, I don't want to see clean up code or clean up our codes. I completely understand that. It's just that this is part of that when you're building out a product, especially when to tell you the truth, guys, here comes confession time. I did not plan Twitter.js or Twitter.js. I did not plan this Twitter, obviously, at all. I'm just doing this on top of my head. So while I'm making these videos, I'm trying to figure out what else can I be doing, all right? So none of this is planned. I couldn't because like I said, I'm not complaining here, or I'm not whining. I'm just saying I'm working too much, so that just cuts off some of the time that I have to actually plan for these things. So this video is basically just cleaning up, because we do need to clean up because we've done so much stuff and we're just like everywhere at this point, right? So yeah, it's just cleaning up. So let me know in the comments down below if you like this kind of videos where we do some cleanup on our code, or you're just like, I don't really care about it. Let's just clean up on your own time. And then I could push or pull from your GitHub to have that clean code, and you could talk about it in the next video or something like that. All right. So let me know about that. But I'm just trying this out for the first time, cleaning up code. All right. Refactoring code, I guess. So the things we're going to be doing is we're going to be actually creating a user service right here, because we're using user, but I don't want to keep on using this all the time. So we're going to be creating a user service for that and cleaning a couple of things in the front end as well. So what we have so far in the front end, as you can see, I styled the cards. We have this this comment, everything like that, right? So we don't really have anything. And at the end of the video, or close to the end of the video, what we're going to be doing after we clean up is actually displaying all of the tweets, no matter who user it is, what user it is, in the homepage. All right. Now, the reason why I'm doing that is because right now we don't have any data points to actually start following people, right? We don't have any recommendations on who to follow or anything like that. So, I mean, I'm gonna just list out all the tweets in the homepage. And if you want to follow that specific person, you can if you want to. So that's my idea. If you have a better idea, let me know down in the comments as well. Guys, like I said, I did not plan any of this out. We're just, blue balling this all the way to the finish line, all right? So let's get started at refactoring our code. So first thing I'm gonna do is actually create a new file. Don't know why I clicked out new file. Okay, it's going to be user.service.js. And in here, this is where we're going to grab our user. So user from, or it's going to equal require and then models / user model. Awesome. And then class, user service. And then before I do forget, model.exports is going to equal user service. There we go. All right. So what exactly are we using? So we're using find by to get the tweets. Okay. And also posting a tweet. So basically just adding a tweet to the database and grabbing our tweets as well. So that's what we're going to be doing right here. So async. We're going to say add tweet. Did I do something wrong? I don't think I did something wrong, right? All right. And let me we are passing in the user ID, and then for the getting tweets, and then what are we doing first? Add tweets, right? Okay, add tweets. Add tweets, we're actually passing in the user ID and then the actual tweet we got back. Okay, that's cool. Okay. So right here, we're going to grab the user ID and then the tweet. Okay. Now right here is the same thing, user.find by ID, passing in the user ID. Then we're going to grab a user And what we want to do with that user is user dot tweets created, right? Yes, created dot push, and we want to push in the tweet that we just got. And then we're going to say user dot save, or actually we're going to return user save. And as you can see right here, that's over here, down here. That's exactly what we're doing. We're just user.save and then a dot then user and then just messaging out or sending back a message, successful added tweet, right? So nothing too fancy. This is all we're doing right there. And then let's do one for grabbing the tweets, right? Right here. So async get, should I say, yeah, all tweets? That makes more sense, right? Get all tweets from the actual user. So user ID, that's all we need. And right here, we're going to simply return user dot find, find by, no, not find one, find by ID. There we go, passing in the user ID. And then dot populate. Populate down there, and we need to populate the. Remember, guys, what this means, right? Tweets created. All right. So basically, this means that we're going to just populate, since our tweets created is just Mongoose object IDs. We want to populate those with the actual data from the tweets collection. So that's what we're doing. So now let's actually put these into play. In our app.js, we do need to, over here, not tweet service no more, Control D, it's user service. And then down here, we're going to do Control D, user service, lowercase u right here. And then we're going to pass that in our, where's it at, right here? User service, right there. And now we could actually, it's in our index right here, and we're actually passing it into our user route, so we don't have to worry about that. Now in here, we are going to destructure user service as well. Service, just like that. And now we could actually use it. So let's do the get tweets first. So I'm going to just get rid of all of this. And since we are doing awaits, we want to obviously do a try catch, like just like so. Error, and then return next with error if there is an error. And then if there isn't, what we want to do is const user tweets. We're going to save that, and we're going to say await user service dot get all tweets, right? And then we're passing in the rec dot user dot underscore ID. And then once we have that, we're going to return res.json. Oh, there it is. JSON with tweets. And then user tweets dot. Remember, user tweets, what we sent back over here in our user get all tweets is the actual user with everything inside of it. But we don't want everything inside of it. All we want is just a tweets created field. So that's what we're doing. User tweets dot tweets created. There we go. And that's what we're passing back. All right. Hopefully that still works. Before we actually move on to the next, let's actually make sure it works. So refresh the page, go to home, go to profile. Okay, we still get our tweets. That's a good thing. So as you can see, user tweets. All right. Now let's go to the tweet when this is actually when someone or when a user actually posts a tweet, right? So let me get rid of everything except for the message. And we're not going to use the user ID no more. By the way, we're not passing in the user ID from the front end no more. We're actually going to be just using the rec.user._ID. The reason I did it this way the first time was to show you guys that we could actually do that if you really wanted to. I don't think I explained that when we actually did it. We're going to do a try catch block again. We're going to return next with the error. All right. All right. Now over here, we're going to say const. We're going to create a tweet, right? So const tweet, we're going to await tweet service dot add, right? We already have that, right? Tweet service add tweet. Yeah, we have that already, right? So we're going to say const tweet await add tweet, passing in the message and the user, or sorry, rec.user._id. So once we have that tweet, what we want to do now is await, just simply await for this, because we just want it to run. We don't really want it to, we don't want to store anything, we just want it to run. So await user service dot, do we add tweet? All right, add tweet, and we need to pass in the rec.user._id and the actual tweet that we got back from add tweet. And then once all that's done, return res.json. Oops. And we're going to simply send a message back saying, hey, added tweet to user. I mean, you don't really have to send anything back, because I mean, there's no reason to, right? We could just return next and that'll be it, with nothing inside of it. So let's control save this now, and let's actually see if this works. Hopefully it works. So let me refresh the page. Let me actually tweet something. This is something new. Submit, and let's refresh the page. And this is something new. We actually grabbed it. And let's see if we actually, in our code down here, yes, there you go. It actually posted it, as you can see right there, and we actually got the user/tweets. Now that we're done with the tweets, posting it anyways, let's actually focus on, let me clean this up. We're not using the rec user ID. We don't need this no more. But if you want to leave it, I'm gonna just leave it. We don't need it. We honestly do not need this. But hey, if you just want it, if just in case you're trying to use it for something, I'm gonna just leave it there. All right. All right. Next up is we're pretty much done with cleaning our server side. Let's actually clean something from our. Oh, we're not using users, so we could get rid of this now. But let's clean something from our client side. It's just one thing. It's inside tweet.js. All right, tweetform.js, and it's the user ID. We're not passing in the user ID no more. So just get rid of that and pass in the message instead. All right, now that we have that, everything is pretty much up to date, at least clean wise. So what I want to do now is so that way we could just finish off, is actually create a route to grab all the tweets from everybody, and we're going to be displaying that in the home page. So let's go to our server routes, and we're going to create another route. But since this is for the home page, which is for everybody, it doesn't really matter who it is. I'm going to create another folder. I'm going to call it tweets, since this is specifically for just the tweets, index.js. We created tweets over here for the user, but this is specifically for the user. The tweets of the user and posting a tweet from the user. This is just tweets in general, okay? Let's actually grab some our index right here, copy, so that way we don't have to keep on rewriting this. Deleting all of that. And we are going to be using the tweet service, but not the user service, but we are going to be using that later on. So I'm going to leave that as is. And then what I'm going to do is, this is going to be just /tweets. So localhost 3000 /tweets. It's not going to be /users tweets. It's going to just be /tweets. So that way we can know that these are the tweets for everybody, that everybody has posted. And since we're going to be using, like I said, since this is a tweets for everybody, we're going to actually be using we're going to create a service inside of tweet service right here, our tweet service. All right. And this is going to be called get all tweets. All right. So async get all tweets. All right. And we don't need to pass in anything for our parameters, because we're literally just returning Twitter or tweet.find without any query. And we're going to do .populate. We already know what this does. the reason why we need to say this is because, remember guys, and let's actually open up our MongoDB and see what's going on inside of our MongoDB, so that way you could figure out what's going on, right? God, I said so much in that phrase just to say, let's go to MongoDB to figure out what's going on. Jesus. So inside of tweets, you can see, look at this. I got 25 tweets. If I go right here, we have this creator property, and remember, this creator property is for the guy that created it, right? The user that created it, and we only have the object ID of that user, right? So we want to populate this field so that way once we go to users, it'll give us all of this stuff, right? All of this stuff. But the thing is, we don't want every single thing coming inside. We literally only want the name and email from the user's object, right? We don't want everything, the ID, the name, or we don't want created at, updated at, tweets like, tweets. We don't even care about that stuff. All we want is just the name and email, okay? And I'll show you how to do that. So over here, we're going to say .populate, and obviously we need to populate the creator field, right? And we're going to just say in an array, we're going to say, what do we want from it? Well, we only want the name, and the email, right? And that's basically it right there. So we just created a function or a method for get all tweets. So inside of here, this is where we're going to be using it, all right? So getting rid of all that, don't forget to do the async right here. And why did it not get rid of all that? Getting rid of all this, we're going to say const tweets is going to equal await tweet service dot get all tweets, right? And we're going to return res.json with tweets. That's it, right? Because tweets is going to grab all the tweets, and we're going to just return an object tweets that equals tweets, all right? And let's try to give this a go. And like I said, we're going to be using it in the home page. So let's go to our home page. So home page right here. And right here, we're going to use effect. And then nothing for our arguments for right now, or dependencies. We need Axios, so don't forget to import Axios from Axios. There we go. All right, so Axios, and then we're going to say .get http :// localhost 8080/tweets. Dude, we need to clean this up as well, because this is being repeated so many times. We could actually just put that somewhere, right? So we could clean up our front end as well, but that's for another video. And then we need to pass it with credentials. We're gonna set this to true, and then I'm gonna say .then. Once we grab everything back, we're gonna get x, and then console.log x. Okay, let me actually put a semicolon right there. So let's actually see if this works or not, right? So let's go to the home page, and we actually have an x. Let me post this to the side, or hook it to the side. And we go to the console, we get 2 errors, which is not good. Oh, /tweets is not. That's right. I forget that. I'm so stupid. I'm telling you guys, we forget to do these things. We need to add this bit. Nope. We need to add this bit right here where it says tweets, right? Tweets route. And then right here, Control D, tweets. Just like so. Oh my goodness. We always forget to do that. Or I do anyways. So refresh the page, and there we go. We get data. Let's go to the tweets, and we get 25 tweets. Check this out. But this is the most important part. Like I said, we go to the a tweet. It doesn't really matter. And look at this. We got liked. It doesn't really matter. Oh yeah, I was messing around with the like button because I did not know how to implement that. But anyway, that's for another video. We got message, like, tweet, updated. Obviously, all these things. But the most important thing is our creator. Look at this. Now our creator only has 3 things: the email, the name, and then the ID. The ID, it's always going to be given to you, no matter what. All right, so we got the email and name. So if we did not pass, or if we did not tell it, hey, we only want the name and email, it will give us the whole creator. So updated, created, all that stuff. But we specifically only wanted the name and email, and that's exactly what it gave us, right? The name. Where's it at? The name and the email, which is pretty cool, right? So you could use the tweet. Where is it at? You could use the, let me see, in the front end side, you could use a tweet.js to actually pass in the information that we have, right? The message and the username, and then just give out a card as you would see it. I need to stop minimizing it. Right here, these are all the cards, the tweet cards that I've created. You could use the same one, or if you want to make your own, do it. But you could basically use the same thing right here, what we did with the profile page in the home page, and just display all these tweets inside of here. Okay, that's what I'm gonna leave you guys to do that on your own. I'm going to be doing it on my own time. We will cover it in the next video, so do not worry about it. But I want you guys to try to figure it out on your own, since you pretty much already have the answer in the profile page if you just take a look at that. Stop minimizing. All right, there we go. In the profile page right here, you can see exactly what we're doing right there. Okay, that's exactly what we're doing. But anyways, guys, that is it for this video. We just cleaned up our back end and then displayed all the tweets for our homepage. And let me tell you guys that Twitter is just a heavy feature social platform. It really is. Like, you got all these things going on, and I'm just like, man, every time I try to work with it, I'm just like, we could do this, we could do that. Oh yeah, look at this. We could also do this, right? So I'm trying to add as much features as I can, but without boring you guys, obviously. And I'm trying to do it with the best of my ability to do it the right way the first time. Because I know for a fact right now, as at this moment, we're probably going to refactor quite a bit. And if you have any ideas to refactor what I've done so far, please leave a comment down below. Or, hey, create a branch and then try to merge it. And I'll see what you've done. And then if it's possible, we'll merge it and I'll talk about it in the next video. Right? But I thank you guys for watching my videos. I really do appreciate you spending your time watching my videos. It really does help me a lot. And if you like the video, please hit that like button, subscribe, and comment down below on any refactoring that you might think that would be a good thing to do right here, right? So that is it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.